Whether you're just starting to learn code, building features at a fast-moving startup, or steering a Fortune 500 technology strategy, GitHub provides you with the tools you need to build, scale, and deliver secure software. But with multiple account types and plans that are available to you, it can be hard to know which option best fits your team and your goals. I'm Michael Michel. In this session, we will talk about GitHub account offering, from personal profiles to organizational and enterprise tiers. And I'll show you how to choose the right plan for you, for your specific needs. By the end of this session, you'll be able to clearly distinguish between GitHub's three account types: personal, organization, and enterprise, and understand which features come with each plan, including GitHub Free, Pro, Team, and Enterprise. You'll also learn how Desktop and GitHub Mobile extend the platform to your local machine and smartphone, and get a high-level overview of how billing and payment works. Armed with this knowledge, you will confidently select and manage the GitHub plan that aligns with your workflow and budget. GitHub has three account types. We have personal, organization, and enterprise, each serving a different purpose. A personal account is your individual identity. Everything you do, like comments or pull requests, it's tied to this account. So you can also own your own repository directly here. An organizational account is designed for teams. It provides more structure for collaboration. It gives you roles, permissions, and shared ownership of responsibilities and projects. And then we have our enterprise accounts. It sits at the top and manages multiple organizations. It allows administrator to enforce policies, control security, and centralize billing across all the organization. So think about it this way. Personal accounts are for individuals. Organizational enable team collaboration, and enterprise accounts are provided for centralized controls at scale. It's also important to distinguish between the different account types and the different plans. Plans determine the level of features and capabilities that are available. For example, GitHub Free provides the core functionality for different individuals or small teams. GitHub Pro adds advanced capabilities for individual developers. And GitHub Teams, or GitHub Team, is designed for organization that needs better collaboration and permission control. GitHub Enterprise is for large-scale environment, offering advanced security, compliance, and centralized management. So let's talk about those plans in details. First of all, let's talk about the GitHub Free. It is the entry-level plan. It's available for individuals and organizations. For a personal account, it includes unlimited repositories and collaboration, among some key features. So you still have some Dependabot alert, multi-factor authentication or 2FA, GitHub Actions, and limited code space usage. For organization, GitHub Free supports team collaboration, especially for public repository with a full feature set. Private repositories are also supported, but with some limitation compared to paid plan. In addition, Team Access Control is available and help you manage permissions, even at the free tier. So GitHub Free is a solid foundation for developers and collaboration, especially for smaller teams or getting started. What happens if you're working with a larger team? Now we're talking about GitHub Pro. GitHub Pro is for individual developers who need more advanced capabilities, more than what the free plan has to offer. So Pro will include everything that we have in the GitHub Free. It also has some enhanced productivity tools, especially for working with private repository. So we have features such as protected branches, we have required reviewers, and we have code owners. These help enforce code quality and gives us a better collaborative tools. It also provides deeper insight into repository activities, giving the developers the ability to understand contribution and usage trend. It also increased the limits that we have on tools such as GitHub Actions and code spaces, allowing for more development flexibility. So GitHub Pro enhances individual workflows with some stronger controls and insights and source limits. We also have our GitHub Team. It is designed for organizations that are more structured and they have advanced collaboration capabilities. It includes everything in the GitHub Free, along with the enhanced workflow features like draft pull requests, team reviewers, and scheduled reminders. It also introduces stronger code management controls, such as protected branches and code owners. Teams really benefit better visibility and insight. It helps you track contributions and responsible activities. Additionally, it increases the usage limits and allows for more control over development tools such as actions and code spaces. So GitHub Teams is all about improving collaboration, enforcing stronger workflows, and managing code quality at the team level. We have GitHub Enterprise. It is designed for organizations that need advanced security, compliance, and centralized control. It allows administrators to manage multiple organizations under a single enterprise account, enforcing consistent application across the entire environment. The key benefit is centralized identity management. It integrates with SSO and identity providers for secure access. There are two deployment options with it. You can either do the Enterprise Cloud, which is the GitHub hosted with higher limits and availability guarantees, or you can use the Enterprise Server, which is self-hosted. It gives you the access to full infrastructure control. It also includes some advanced capabilities, such as Enterprise Managed Users, EMO, and GitHub Connect, which enables centralized identity and hybrid scenarios. So GitHub Enterprise enables secure, scalable management across organization with centralized governance and control. GitHub can also be accessed beyond the browser. You can use the GitHub Mobile and the GitHub Desktop. GitHub Mobile is designed for quick, high-impact tasks, such as reviewing pull requests, managing notifications, and staying connected while you're away from your computer. It enables collaboration and even allows basic edits directly from your phone. GitHub Desktop is focused on the development workflow. It simplifies Git by providing a visual interface for cloning repositories, for committing changes, and managing branches. It's useful for developers who do not use the command line interface. So mobile is quick and good for collaboration and visibility, and desktop is for production and full development workflows. Imagine a scenario where you're away from your work and you need to be connected with the latest issue. So you can subscribe to it and use the GitHub Mobile so that you get notified every time someone has an update on that issue. Now let's talk about billing. GitHub billing follows a hybrid model combined with subscription and usage-based pricing. Subscription-based billing covers the plan and any add-ons, giving you a predictable monthly cost. Usage-based billing applies to services like GitHub Actions and packages, where costs increase based on how much you use them. Most plans include free usage limits, but anything beyond that may incur an additional charge. For a larger environment, especially at the enterprise level, billing can be centralized across multiple organizations, so one view for your entire organization's spending. It gives you better visibility and cost management. So understanding both the fixed and the variable costs to effectively manage and control your GitHub is important. Let's talk about the license. As GitHub Enterprise admin, tracking license usage is key because it gives you an access to the control and the resource that is available for you. So later you can optimize your resources and optimize the resource usage. The main thing to monitor are active users, total seats, in any unused pending license. There are two billing models. There's the prepaid, where you have a fixed number of license, and there's the pay-as-you-go. So you're billed based on the actual usage. You can monitor the license usage through the admin console, through the enterprise dashboard, or using API. APIs are very useful for automation. Best practices include reviewing usage, reclaiming unused seats, and automating your monitoring. Visibility into license usage helps you reduce waste and optimize cost. Not all license usage comes from human users. Machine accounts and integrations are also consume license. Machines accounts are typically used for automation like CI/CD pipelines, and they count as a standard license users. Peripheral services like GitHub Actions, runners, or third-party tools interact through APIs can also impact usage and cost. This makes tracking important, not just for cost, but also for security. Since inactive or overprivileged accounts can create risk, key practice here is to audit regularly, monitor usage patterns, and limit permissions and optimize the runner usage. GitHub have meter billing. Meter billing applies to products where costs scale with usage, such as actions, packages, license, and add-ons like Copilot and GitHub Advanced Security Services. Each of these services include free usage limit, But once exceeded, additional usage is billed incrementally. Admin can track all the usage in the GitHub billing dashboard, which provides you visibility into consumption across repositories and services. To manage cost, it's important to set spending limits, monitor trends, and optimize usage. For example, by refining workflows or removing unused artifacts, you will be able to save some money. Metered usage requires active monitoring to avoid surprises and ensure effective resource usage. Congratulations on making it to the end of this module. Now it's time to put your knowledge to the test with a short 3-question assessment. What's the difference between GitHub organization account and GitHub personal user accounts? Organization accounts are shared accounts, while personal user accounts are for individuals. You pay more for organizational account versus personal user account. They're exactly the same, or personal user accounts have more access than organization accounts. And the correct answer is, organizational accounts are shared accounts, while personal user accounts are for individuals. What's the best reason to decide to upgrade to the GitHub Enterprise product? Because you want to use GitHub Actions and Code Spaces, because your VP needs to use GitHub Insights, because you want to centrally manage users and repositories across multiple organizations, or because you want to use the team pull requests reviews features. And the answer is C, because you want to centrally manage users and repositories across multiple organizations. What's a function you can execute on GitHub Mobile? Check out branches with pull requests and view CI requests. Compare change image.s. Add and clone repositories. Manage triage and clear notification from github.com. And the answer is D. Manage, triage, and clear notification from github.com. In this module, you learned how GitHub's ecosystem is structured, starting with personal, organization, and enterprise account types, and the feature each enables. You saw how the free, pro, team, and enterprise plan layer additional capabilities. We talked about code spaces, required reviewals, and SSO. On top of those accounts, we also explored GitHub Mobile and Desktop as alternative clients, and billing by breaking down subscription versus usage-based charges. Together, this knowledge equips you to choose the right plan, manage access, and control costs to your team, and collaborate securely and efficiently. Thanks for joining us for this session. To continue your learning, watch other videos in this course, or explore more on Microsoft Learn at aka.ms/learn.